This is the Political Spotlight.
The Political Spotlight is a joke. It's more like a political flop.
Nobody listens to Bilbrey.
He's just a wannabe podcaster. No one takes him seriously.
He is a rude, crude dude that will never go any further than broadcasting from his mother's basement.
Bilbrey is a wrecking ball for Indiana politicians.
Grab another box of Twinkies and generic cola, Bilbrey.
And get back to your microphone and your audience of nobodies.
The Political Spotlight is a joke.
He is like a rude, crude dude that will never go
Bilbrey's a wrecking ball for Indiana politics. Shut that stupid Bilbrey up.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We are back. Can you believe it? Welcome. This is the 707th episode of the Political Spotlight. No, I did not get a haircut. Matter of fact, I am in one of the worst states that I could possibly have ever been in at this point. I have not a haircut, and I was actually going to go get a haircut. So today the Comcast guy came. We'll talk about that in a second. I was going to go get a haircut Monday, and I ended up not going because other crap came up. But I was going to just trim, and so I messed it up, and I ended up shaving up here, so I look Amish. I've shaved my mustache, and I've just got this going on, so I look rather Amish, which is god-awful. We do have the McKinley neighborhood meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m., and I am going to be attending that meeting, so that will give me the reason to go get my haircut tomorrow, and I will be able to shave and come back looking normal. So we'll only have to deal with Graber Bilbrey for this episode, and then tomorrow we'll be good. Shut that Amish Bilbrey up. Oh God. So yeah, tomorrow will be the day. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, we are back. Yeah. Look, Tiffany Wargo says about time. And she's not talking about the shaving or me getting a haircut tomorrow. She's talking about me being back on the air. I have heard from more of you over the last couple of days, not telling me happy birthday, not asking about how things are going, but saying, where the hell are you at? So I put up a notice on YouTube letting you guys know that we were going to be gone Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And the reason we say that we took it off for my birthday, Chris didn't bitch. That's true. She didn't. Because, hey, I've been here pretty consistently. It's been years since I haven't been here consistently. There was a time where Chris Bunner had a bitch at me for missing time. But no, I took the time off, not because of my birthday, honestly. It's because I was so frustrated with the feed. It wasn't any comfort to me. Well, I appreciate that. No, I took it off because I was just so pissed off with what's going on with the feed. I hate putting out bad where the audio's bad. The audio is just not. It's shut up. Chris. It's a hard life I live. But let me tell you this. The Comcast guy came today, and I got to be honest, I like the guy. I really like him. He's the guy that came out here to help us when we first moved into the location. But almost from the instant he gets out of the vehicle, he's telling me reasons why he can't do what I'm wanting him to do. And that is not good. I don't like that. So today, it's just now heating up. I turn it on late. I normally have it on hours before the show, but it'll be going here soon. So he came. It was a disaster because I had to move everything back here behind me, which was horrible. But we don't have the problem solved. I was hoping by the time we went live tonight, we would have the issue solved, but we don't have it solved. We have a Band-Aid on it, and he's coming back in days to hopefully fix everything. But we're going to be live straight on through, and we're going to do what we got to do. Hey, we've got a lot we've got to get to tonight, so we're going to go ahead and get at it. I do want to say thank you to everybody who has given me wonderful birthday wishes. Big shout out to, oh yeah, look at this. Kate put it up. And this, when I took this picture, this was halfway back. Like it was way worse than this. It was way worse than this. So I was having a meltdown at that point. But we were able to do what we needed to do. So we got it. Oh man, are we still having problems? Are you still having problems? I don't know. There's nothing. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna see if this does it. Let me see if that might help us a little bit. We'll see. Stay right there, Kate. We might need to. Everybody, if you're here, we're going to get into it. Give me 1 second. We're trying to fix this glitch. It's something. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Oh, nobody is going anywhere. It's
okay.
Been almost a week, man.
We should be good to go. I don't know. It's going to be what it's going to be. We are actively working on it. The Comcast was here today for about 3 hours, and man. All right. Well, we're just going to get into it and go with it. The audio is what matters, and we will have this worked out eventually. My apologies. I could not think of a worse time for something like this to be happening. Give me a second here before we get into this, because I don't want to have to screw with this once we get to talking about it. I want to double check and make sure we've got everything done right. So this is going in here. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to cut this down. You know what? Time for that AT. Yeah, right. Yeah. You know, I don't know if there's anybody out there that does IT work. I might need to talk to somebody very seriously about some options. I was I don't know. Okay, well, we're just gonna try to power through it, and I was hoping it would be better than this. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff going on, folks. Before we get to anything with Muncie, tonight's show is primarily going to be Muncie related and everything with that. I would be definitely remiss if I did not take a moment and talk about the absolutely heartbreaking situation that occurred in Randolph County today. About 8:30 this morning, the Randolph County Sheriff's Department and the state police were in pursuit of a woman who was wanted, and she was from Winchester, Indiana. She was in a stolen vehicle, and she was in a stolen vehicle. She was wanted, and the chief of police, the town marshal from Lynn, Indiana, was attempting to put stop sticks, and for whatever reason, she either lost control or whatever she was doing. She smashed into the town marshal, and he was taken to the hospital, and he died as a result of his injuries. And it's just absolutely an unfortunate situation. The town marshal in Lynn, it's just completely heartbreaking. I've known this gentleman for a long time, and a couple people told me, reached out to me and told me that we had interviewed him, but while I have known him for a long time, I don't believe he's ever been on the show. If anybody out there can tell me, I started to go back through and look. If you can tell me which episode it was or what we interviewed him with, I would love to watch that. Kate and I couldn't remember. We've had police officers on for various things, but I don't remember having Brad on. I wish we would have had him on now, but we didn't. So the news, as it's been reported all day, basically is Indiana State Police confirmed officer was killed after he was hit by suspect in a stolen vehicle in eastern Indiana, obviously, and just north of Lynn. On Wednesday morning, Indiana State Police Sergeant Scott Keegan said the incident started at 8:30 today, July 29th, when a Randolph County Sheriff's deputy saw a stolen vehicle and identified the driver as a 34-year-old woman from Winchester as having multiple warrants. Keegan said the suspect initially pulled over at County Road 400 West and 500 South, but then took off and fled from deputies. According to Keegan, the chase went through Randolph County, and Keegan said Lynn Town Marshal Brad Fisher tried to set out tire deflation system at US 36 and US 27 when the suspect crashed into him. She lost control and crashed into a truck after hitting the officer. Keegan confirmed that Fisher died at the hospital from his injuries. The state police offered their condolence to the county and to the town, and this is obviously a very tragic time. There was just an absolute outpouring of comments for this gentleman from the town and from those that knew him. According to Keegan, Fisher was a 25-year plus veteran of law enforcement. Keegan said the suspect was taken to Ascension St. Vincent Randolph County Hospital and was then transported to jail. The Randolph County Prosecutor's Office will make formal charging information, and that was that. Now, they have released her information. They've released her name. The suspect has been identified as 34-year-old Macy Atkinson. She also has went by another name, which the news had her having been pending criminal charges for unlawful possession of a syringe, battery, possession of narcotic drug, possession of marijuana, resisting law enforcement, possession of controlled substance, operating a vehicle with a Schedule 1 or 2 controlled substance. And she, those are all listed under Macy Atkinson. She has also went by the name Macy Hershberger, and she has more pending cases under that name as well. Court records show that she had a warrant that was issued for Atkinson yesterday. It was issued on the 28th after she had been released to an inpatient treatment facility, but then left that facility without being allowed to. Records further show that Atkinson pled guilty to false informing in 2020 and was sentenced to probation and community service. She was also charged with theft in 2018. However, that case was later dismissed. So this is just an absolutely tragic situation. Very, very sad. And we hate to see that this has happened. I am hearing reports that his family, possibly children, or responders who were
repeat that last bit. The audio was breaking up too.
Oh, Jesus, of course. I'm hearing reports that they have said that they're the first responders, some of the first responders who were on scene were possibly a child or children of his, and that's just absolutely horrendous to think about that. So I don't know. Very, very bad situation. So I just want to say that our thoughts and our prayers obviously go out to the officer's family, the officers on the department, and everybody else that is aware of him, everyone that knows him, and everybody connected to him. There will be a massive there'll be a massive deal made out of this over the next couple of days. I would highly recommend you guys checking out the Lynn Police Department Facebook page if you are interested in following along with that and checking everything out there. I do want to put his picture up here on the screen for 1 second, and let me get this up here. So here is Brad, and we will do a moment of silence here for Chief Fisher. I will keep you guys posted on when services are or what they're going to do. Obviously, being local and being such a small town, this has touched a lot of different people, and still a lot of people are paying their respects at our city building. Oh yeah. Valerie, my thoughts and my prayers go out to you guys there, and I imagine that that's going to be a major showing of support over the next several days and weeks to come. Just absolutely horrible. Yes, as Greg has said, if you're interested in showing support if you guys have blue lights, sometimes people do that. Put that on your porch, turn on your blue light, and show support. And we'll keep you posted and let you guys know when those things will be held up. They'll be making those announcements here in the next couple days coming, I'm sure. So we'll keep you guys posted. Okay. From there, I do want to get into Muncie. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. You guys are going. You're going to have to forgive me. I'm seeming kind of airhead right now because I hate the fact that we're having trouble. We've been broadcasting. I've been putting out some kind of audio or live video or something for over 10 years at this point, 11 or 12 maybe. Since about 2014 is when I first started. I started writing some posts, and then I went from there to doing the Facebook Live. Then we did Perception is Reality, and then this. This is the first time in all of these years, 10, 12, 13 years, however long we've been doing it, that we have had repeated issues and trouble. And it bothers me tremendously. So I apologize for that. We are going to have it fixed. And I will tell you that I will go as far as, if for some reason they cannot get it fixed in the next 2 days when they come back out, I will make the very I can't even comprehend this tough decision to move this studio from where we currently are to the upper level, which I really do not want to do. But if they cannot fix this in the next 2 days, I will do it. And everybody's saying that I'm good right now, video, audio. Here's the problem. In order to get this way, I have literally had to cut everything down. So I don't have a monitor on. I don't have my computer over here going. And I'm not able to, I'm not even able to use this computer to look at stuff. So we are working off of one computer right now. And I'll be honest, I just can't do a show like that. So, I need to be able to do both. I need I don't even understand this stuff. 300 MPS. They call up and down. So I need 300 up, 300 down, whatever that means. And so we are working on doing that. I'm just letting you guys know, if you will bear with me and you will stay with me and let me get through this stuff, we will get this worked out one way or another. They will either have it hardwired and we will be good to go here, or we'll move this shit into the upstairs and we'll do it like that. One way or the other. One way or another, we'll get it figured. So, oh yeah. I've got a real, it floors me. So, okay. With all of that aside, we're going to try to get into this. So, the city of Muncie, basically since Dan came back on the 15th, the city has just been going crazy. We have, we have a lot of things going on, and the people need to be aware of what's happening in Muncie. So I think probably the best way to deal with this is to start at the Muncie City Council meeting, which will be coming up on the 3rd, Monday the 3rd, so next Monday, and then working backwards from that. And the reason I say that is, so what we need to see is the agenda for the meeting, and I'm going to put that here up here on the screen. And as long as I do it from the main computer, I should be good. It's just if I try to do it with anything else, it screws up. So that's the thing. If I start to get jarbly, we'll have you do it. But as long as I do it from the main computer and I don't touch any other computer and I don't look left or right, we should be good. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the agenda for this upcoming Muncie City Council meeting. And it's really, if you look at this, it's not a very long meeting. So as you'll notice, it says, yeah, Muncie does things like that. It's not, that's crazy. That's crazy governing. If that happens, there, Shelby, it should not be happening. But they've done things like that before. Muncie's we did that here just about last year, a year or two ago. We had a thing. Now everybody was in agreement. I don't think there was anybody that was against one aspect of it. But yeah, that's not a good thing. So you'll see it says amended agenda. And the reason it says amended agenda is because when the agenda was first put out, there was only one item under the public hearing. Oh yeah, I would definitely not be doing that shit with data center. That's crazy. I'm telling you. They are really getting those things jammed in. I don't know if they put a data center next door and I could get some internet working, I might be for it. They might be able to change my mind. I give me a data center, give me flock cameras, just get my internet working. No, I'm obviously kidding. So you'll see it says public hearing 645. Resolution 826. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the resolution of the Common Council of the City of Muncie authorizing an investigation into the financial operations and internal controls of the City Controller's Office. This is the resolution that the council passed back in June. And there was a little bit of pushback, but it went through and it was supposed to have ran smoothly. Basically, there was these action points, specific action points that they had 14 days between to get these action points done. So from the point that the acting mayor, Jeff Howell, signed off on it, which was June 9th, they had 14 days for the controller to get the council everything that they had requested, which they knew well in advance what was requested. Then there was 14 days for the council to send back questions. Then there was 14 days for the controller to answer those questions. And then from there, 14 days for there to be a council meeting, a public hearing to explain what occurred. And as we know, if you've watched the show in the past, the controller did not meet the requirement by the deadline. And here's the thing. He did finally give over information, but he did it 3 days late. And some people will say, well, he did it 3 days late. That's good. As long as he did it 3 days late, that's all that matters. And to that, I have to say, no, that's not what matters. Deadlines are deadlines for a reason. You have them for a reason. And the fact that he didn't contact the council, let the council know that he was going to be late. The fact that he just did what he wanted to do and said, to hell with it, that's a problem. I have a problem with that. The council should have a problem with that. Dan should have a problem with that. And the public at large should have a problem with it. Now, the council, they said, well, since he was 3 days late, we want to add 3 days on to our, so then it messed everything up. So they did. Now, when the council was supposed to send in their questions, I reached out to the council to find out what had happened. And the only person that responded back to me was Nora Powell. Nora told me that she submitted her questions in the morning, the day of the last day, but she was not sure if anyone else had submitted any information. She did not know. She said they didn't, she had talked to a couple other counselors, but she didn't know. So as far as everything we know, maybe Nora might be the only one that submitted questions. We don't know. I guess we'll know coming up. So then the controller needed to respond. And so, yeah, as Alva's saying, number one, what the controller turned over was basically information that he had already, that was already publicly available. And it's honestly insane what occurred. Okay. So, we'll do it like this. I'll go through everything like this. On Monday, June 1st, 2026, the Muncie City Council passed Resolution 826, which authorized the investigation into the financial operations and internal controls of the city controller's office. Now, the reason that happened was because State Board of Accounts had conducted an investigation into the controller's office, and they had deemed that there was issues. And 2 Parks employees had been fired. They are pending possible criminal charges. And there's currently a criminal investigation into what was going on. So the council, being the fiscal body and being, authorized by state law to do this investigation, they said, we need to look at what's going on here. Yes, always the bare minimum. Acting Mayor Jeff Howe signed that resolution on Tuesday, June 9th. That triggered the 14-day deadline requiring the city controller's office to provide the requested records to the council by the close of business on Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. The controller's office missed that deadline. No call, no explanation, just missed the deadline. The city controller, Craig Wright, did not respond until 3 days later on Friday, June 26, 2026. But the material that Wright provided did not appear to include the specific records, and they didn't include the Muncie-specific internal control documentation that had been requested by the council under the resolution, and they didn't fulfill their responsibility and the obligation under the resolution. Instead, Craig Wright largely directed the counselors to State Board of Accounts reports, public websites, and other publicly available information that everybody already had access to. Okay. District 2 City Councilor Nora Powell described the response plainly in a July 5th email to us here at the Political Spotlight. Nora said, Mr. Wright's response basically directed us towards websites we already had access to. Okay. Because Wright responded late, the council's deadline for submitting the questions back to the controller was extended from Tuesday, July 7th to Friday, July 10th. Powell told us here at the Political Spotlight that she submitted her questions to the controller's office on Friday morning, July 10th, 2026. However, she was unsure if anyone else had done so. The controller, from that point, then had another 14 days to answer those questions and to get them back. According to a follow-up email Powell sent to us here at the Star Press on Saturday, July 25th, just this past Saturday, she stated that Wright submitted what he characterized as answers on Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. Okay? Now, it's important to understand that I said he provided what he characterized as answers. Because, as Powell said, several of her questions went unanswered. He just didn't answer them, period. She said that Wright provided no meaningful specifics regarding Muncie's actual internal controls. And again, instead, he supplied a generic 77-page State Board of Accounts documentation on uniform internal control standards. That's not what the council asked for. Powell's conclusion could not be any more clear. Powell said, it is my, and she said this in an email. This is her words in an email, word for word. It is my firm opinion that the administration has not met their obligation outlined under Resolution 826 to provide answers to questions submitted by counselors that we can't proceed until they do. All right, let's be precise in what we're saying happened here. The administration missed the original document production deadline. When the administration finally responded, it largely provided links and publicly available materials instead of fully producing the specific records requested by the council. The administration later failed to provide adequate answers to several submitted questions. The administration failed to provide meaningful Muncie-specific information about the city's internal controls, which was a central purpose of this investigation. While Powell maintains that the administration has not yet fulfilled its obligation under Resolution 826, the resolution now appears in the public hearing section of this upcoming meeting for the Muncie City Council on Monday, August 3rd, 2026. There was initially some confusion about how or why this resolution appeared on the agenda for the upcoming meeting, but we sought out clarification from the Muncie City Clerk's office, and we got that clarification this morning. The public's the political spotlight can now report that Resolution 826 was added to the agenda as a housekeeping matter based on the original timeline prepared by the City Council's formal legal counsel, Jagan Arnold. So the clerk's office put it on there because they felt that it should be put on there. And by what we were told, that they're right. Even so, the larger issue remains unchanged. The investigation should not be pushed toward a public hearing or toward a conclusion until the council either receives all the records and substantive answers necessary to complete its work, or until they have had an opportunity to determine between the entire 9-person council what should be the next course of action. Allowing the controller's office, and by extension the administration, to evade accountability for failing to participate meaningfully in this investigation by letting the process conclude without meaningful oversight would not be good governance. Moving the matter forward before the council has the information needed to complete an investigation would not resolve the administration's failures. It would merely move past them. That is not transparency. It's not cooperation. It's not meaningful compliance. That is stonewalling disguised as participation. we as the public, as the media, as everybody watching this should not be fooled by press releases, recycled links, generic state documents, or vague claims that the city's cooperating fully, as Communications Director Amber Green stated on Wednesday, July 8th, 2026. Actual cooperation means meeting deadlines, producing the records requested, answering the questions submitted, providing specific information about Muncie's financial operations and internal controls. The administration has given multiple opportunities to do those things, and according to the documented timelines, the Councilor Powell's account, it has repeatedly failed to do so. The Muncie City Council must not allow this investigation to be rushed, redirected, or diluted, or prematurely declared complete. The council members should insist upon full document production and complete answers before treating any public hearing as a legitimate culmination of the investigation. The Comptroller's Office manages public funds. The administration answers to the public. Neither gets to decide that legislative oversight is optional. Resolution 826 is not merely ceremonial and symbolic, and a lot of times resolutions, they don't mean anything. However, this resolution invokes the council's investigative authority under Indiana Code 364621, which is state law, and Muncie City Code 3208, which has been codified. Indiana law authorizes the council to investigate city departments, officers, employees, and it grants access to records pertaining to the investigation, and it provides mechanisms to compel the testimony and evidence when necessary. If the administration will not do what they need to do here, the council must force their hand. Resolution 826 must be enforced, not evaded. The city council deserves the records. The residents deserve the records. The city council deserves answers. The residents of Muncie deserves answers. The residents of Muncie deserves an administration that understands accountability is not optional. So it is my hope that the council will use the public hearing time to talk about an upcoming meeting, which they can call after the council meeting on Monday, and we can have a longer meeting where this is discussed in full. Because if they try and say it's all wrapped up on Monday, I am going to lose my shit. So I'm just letting them know I'm coming, and you guys better prepare to do the right thing. So that's Resolution 826, and I've wanted to talk about that for a while now. Now, Ordinance 926, the next thing on the public agenda, this is on there under the public hearing. It's the ordinance of the Muncie City Council approving matters related to the lease financing of the fire station project. I have more that I want to talk about that, but we're actually going to talk about the fire stuff on Sunday night before the meeting. We're going to talk about the fire stuff on Sunday night. Okay? So we're going to put a pin in that, and we're going to go on down through the rest of this document. On Sunday, we will talk about this fire stuff. Okay? It's important, and I want to cover it all, but we'll get there on Sunday. Really quickly, I am going to take this opportunity to quickly do a break. You guys sit tight. We will be right back, and I will talk about this comment from Jack the Libertarian when we get back. You're listening to the 707th episode of the Political Spotlight. We will be right back. So, all right, we're back, and before we move on, I do want to tell Jack the Libertarian. Yes. So I was a guest on the Rents on like his second episode when he first started. Back some time ago, we were talking about the shooting down in Whitestown or whatever. And he asked me a couple of weeks ago to be on Sunday night, this past Sunday. And I was like, hell yeah, that's my birthday. Let's do it. But then he's like, no, I lied. He told me he was going to be busy with his better, cooler friends. And I was like, okay, well, screw you. I won't be on it. And he was like, no, how about the week following? And I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. And I was like, but it's not my birthday. So he better have birthday cake for me or tell me happy birthday when I go on there, or I'm going to be really mad. So yeah, I can't wait. I always have a good time with Brad. Brad is one of those Democrats that I like. He's a decent person. I like Brad. He's not insane. Yeah, he's insane. He's got some crazy ideas, but he's a pretty cool dude. I can deal with him. I can deal with him. He's pretty level-headed. He's secretly a libertarian. I think we can convert him. I think. I know. I like Brad. I can't wait. And as we get closer, I will tell the people on here where to find it. That's the Rents. You can find it on YouTube. It's part of the Mouthwash crew. I like Brad. Brad's a good dude. So yeah, we'll talk about that more. It's actually going to be Sunday night is when it'll be, this coming Sunday. I think. I need to ask him. Okay. So back to this upcoming meeting. Once the meeting gets started, okay, we'll get into the meeting. I believe all 9 council members are going to be there. They should be. We'll see what that happens. Okay. So we get down through here. We've got no appointments to boards to my knowledge. Okay. Nothing on there, at least. Ordinances previously introduced. Okay. Then we come to Ordinance 926. That's the fire deal. Again, we'll talk about that on Sunday. Ordinance 1426. An ordinance of the City of Muncie prohibiting department heads from serving on certain boards and commissions and establishing ethics and conflicts of interest standards. This is the biggie from last July's meeting. Dan is really pushing hard against this. The council has to vote for this. I am pushing hard on Rose Selby. I'm going to be pushing hard on Brandon Garrett. I'm going to be pushing hard on Jerry Dishman. And I think all 4 of the Democrats are there. I don't care what happens to Dale or Green anymore. As far as I'm concerned, they can always be the odd 2 people out as long as we have at least 5 votes. 7 would be cool, but as long as we have at least 5, that's all that matters. So we will talk more about that on Sunday. Okay. Before we get into the new ordinances, that Ordinance 1526, I want to talk about these resolutions real quick. First of all, the tabled 426, that's nothing. That'll be there. Resolution 1026 and Resolution 1126, those are the fire resolutions, and we will hit those on Sunday. So those are nothing we'll talk about. I mean, they're not nothing. They're big, but they will go with Ordinance 926, and we'll talk about all of that on Sunday, okay? Now, let's back up here to new ordinances. This is where we go crazy. Ordinance 1526 is the ordinance that Jerry Dishman put forward on Monday the 20th or Tuesday the 21st. And he did that, okay, at the request of Dan Ridenour, because Ridenour had told him that the McKinley neighborhood representatives would not communicate, work, or talk to the city any longer. Dan said, we offered them a meeting. They didn't show up. And look at that. So Dan played Jerry. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to try and contact Jerry tomorrow because I really want Jerry to attend the meeting tomorrow. Now, I told everybody that I would tell you guys when, where, how, what the deal was. And I'm going to do that right now. Give me 1 second here. And we will get that put on here because I want as many people to be able to show up to tomorrow's meeting. Eventually, Dan will have all the neighborhood associations pissed. I know, dude. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Wayne Scaife here in a little bit too. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, Thursday, July 30th, 2026, 6 p.m., 7 Rock. It's located at 613 North Madison. This is going to be the meeting of the McKinley Neighborhood Association. It is open to the public. Come one, come all, come ready to listen. It's not a governmental meeting, so don't go in there thinking that you specifically have a right to speak or any of that. I'm sure they'll let people talk. I don't know what the deal is. I'm going to listen. I'm not going to speak. I'm going to go and listen. If someone wants to ask me questions, I will answer them. But I'm going to listen to those people. I respect what they're doing, and I back them. And if there's anything I can do to help, I'm going to do it. Okay? It's a neighborhood association meeting, and they're basically opening it up to outsiders for us to come in and listen to what's going on. Okay, that's basically what's happening. Resolution 1526, I do not want the council to discuss it. I don't want it to be talked about. I don't want the council to think about it. I want Dishman to withdraw it. If he cares about the people of the City of Muncie, he will withdraw this. And he will explain to Ridenour that he does not like being used. Okay, it shouldn't be that difficult. We'll see what he does. This pertains to Ordinance 1326, which was the ordinance that we all thought was over. It was passed last meeting. They suspended the rules. They voted on this. I honestly do not understand why this is going. It's going on the way it is because of control. Okay? And for the past several weeks, there's been extensive discussions about this ordinance throughout the city of Muncie. Unfortunately, a lot of what the public has heard, at least from the administration, has been incomplete. It's been wrong. It's been not factually accurate. I have put out a 10-page document that tells the entire story of this. If you have not seen this, it's on my social media. If you do not have social media, if you don't have Facebook, if you don't have X, it's on both those places. Contact me and ask for it, and I will send it to you. I will email it to you. I will text it to you. I will print you a copy. But please, 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 please get this, spread it, send it out to people. Wayne asks the big question: will they get the 6 votes to override the veto? See, to override the veto, it takes 2/3 of the full council. The full council's 9 people. That means 2/3 are 6 votes. The way that I see it right now, we've got 4 Democrats, which I fully believe will override the veto. So that means we need 2 more. I was hoping those 2 more would be Rose Selvey and Jerry Dishman. And I will tell you why I thought they would be Rose Selvey and Jerry Dishman. I thought Rose Selvey would do this because she's the person who sponsored 1326. She's worked with these people, and she knows what these people are doing. I thought Jerry Dishman would do it because this is his district, and he should respect these people, and he should understand what's going on. Well, we now know that Dishman was played, and I guess we'll see. Dishman could still vote for it. He should. And then he should withdraw 1526, but I don't know if he will. So that leaves us, Roe has to do the right thing. That'll be the 5th vote. Roe has to do the right thing. That leaves us with 1 more vote that we have to get. Now, we're not going to get it. We're not going to get it from Green or from Basham. That leaves Brandon Garrett. And I know that we have had a lot of issues with Brandon over the years, but I fully believe that Brandon is capable of doing the right thing here. I'm hoping that Brandon, seeing what's at stake here, will do the right thing. So I think that they can get all 6 votes. I fully believe that it's doable. I think they can get it. I'll be honest. I want them to have 9-all. It should be 9-all. It should be 9-0 in favor of overriding. Time will tell. We'll have to see what's going to happen there. I know the hair's getting out of control. I'm going to try to get it cut tomorrow. We'll see what happens. So that's what's going on with that. Okay. We also need to talk about, everybody ask what happened to today's Board of Works. Apparently they had some trouble because of the storm that came on Monday or Saturday, or I don't know what kind of nonsense they were trying to sell today. Okay. Apparently Shireen Wegley went down and live streamed it on her phone, and they put it up on the city's Facebook page. We will go over that on the weekend, on Sunday. I want to talk about this other situation that has popped up.
Hello, Muncie. Dan Ridenauer here, your mayor. Today is Tuesday. It is July 28th, a little overcast day for sure as I look out the window. Lots and lots of clouds. But I want to touch base on something. I'm very excited that last night the committee for the community center that was set up by the council voted with just 1 no vote, voted in favor of the location. And that is going to be at the former Industry United Methodist Church location, which is 1912 South Mock, very centrally located for all of those neighborhoods that are a part of this committee. And so we're very excited. We can now move forward and we will start doing that. And just happy that they voted and they saw the bigger picture. But I do want to touch base on how this originally started. Originally, I was trying to help, and I believe I'm probably maybe the first mayor that has tried to accommodate the industry neighborhood with a community center. And I started with just the community center when I started this process. But the council came back and in a resolution that was sponsored by, actually I've got it right here, sponsored by Councilperson Harold Mason and Councilperson William McIntosh, They came in with a resolution 15-25. So this was last year. Actually, it was about a year ago. This time it was June of last year. Voted on in July of last year in 25. But it added other neighborhoods, not just industry, to the mix. Now, I'm not quite sure why they did this. This was certainly not an amendment that any of them had reached out and told me that they were going to do, but it did pass. We had money set aside to do this. And the committee that they set up included a council member and myself, but also included members of the South Side neighborhood, Morningside neighborhood, South Central neighborhood, Industry neighborhood, and the Blaine Southeast neighborhood. So all of those people have been part of this committee. We've met a number of times, and I was able to, again, this was originally going to be just industry. The council added all these other neighborhoods, and so we're going to create what will become the Industry Southeast Community Center. That will be located at this former church, which is at 1912 South Mock, the United Methodist Church, the Industry United Methodist Church. So we're excited we can move forward. Glad that they voted last night and overwhelmingly supported this. Again, we don't know why. I'm thrilled that it's moving forward and look forward to this happening in the very near future. Thank you.
I want to know why everybody voted the way that it did. Yeah, Paula. Yes, it is. I want to know why everybody voted the way they did.
This is where Mr. Scaife comes in.
Yeah, can you pull that one up?
Yeah,
Scaife, do you care if we watch some of your video here live?
I hopped in. He was 11 minutes in. So, but he tore him a new one.
Yeah, I have not been able to hear yet because we were going live. But if he's okay, oh, he said yes, please do. So yeah, if we can, she's got that up. I'm gonna put her up here and hit play. This is pause this real quick. So this is Wayne Scaife. And love the background there. Love the backdrop. Love it. He's just getting started, but I would direct everybody to go to YouTube and check out the Knowledge is Power page and give it a like. All right, hit play.
Hey, Facebook, I wanted to get on here and go live and address some stuff that's been going around about this. The mayor's community update last night and some stuff that's been posted on Facebook about this community center. Where did my paper go? So I had a couple calls today, and then I've had people say stuff to me about is it
because
true?
Of the hat?
Are they going to put the center over there on Mock Street in that church outside Industry? I even had one person ask me, so we got sold out, huh? They sold us out. So I said, no, don't believe everything you hear. So I'm here to set the record straight about what the mayor said last night in his community update about that community center. So I want to play what he said, and I'm going to be stopping it to correct his untruthfulness in it. So I want to start off. Hope y'all can hear it. I got it up pretty loud.
Hello, Muncie. Dan Ridenour here, your mayor. Today is Tuesday. It is July 28th, a little overcast day for sure as I look out the window. Lots and lots of clouds. But I want to touch base on something. I'm very excited that last night the committee for the community center that was set up by the council voted with just one no vote, voted in favor of the location.
Lie number one. That's not true. So first of all, I was there that night. We met Monday night at the looked like what was the parsonage. It's the house next door to that old church. Looked like it was the parsonage of that church. So I was there at that committee meeting, and they did not vote. I was there. Matter of fact, I was there before the meeting started. Some of you know me, y'all know I get the meetings early. I don't recall a vote. I asked Billy McIntosh. He said no, there was no vote. So he just said that they voted overwhelmingly and there was one no vote. That's not true. There was no vote to place that center on Mock Street.
Pause this real quick.
Some of you was calling me and
what is the name of the committee? Community to study the development of a community center. Okay. Did not vote. And what night was the meeting? The meeting would have been on Monday the 27th. They did not vote. All right, go ahead and play Mr. Skate.
Asking me face to face is it true? So I told you I'd be on here live to address some of the stuff the mayor said. That is not true. I was there.
That's crazy.
The mayor wasn't even there that night. So
the mayor wasn't there.
Secondhand information from somebody, but whoever told him that, it's not true. I'm gonna finish playing it.
And that is going to be at the former Industry United Methodist Church location, which is 1912 South Mock.
1912 South Mock, which is out of Industry neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's across Madison Street. So those of you that's new to this, that's where he's trying to put the community center.
Very centrally located for all of those neighborhoods that are a part of this committee. And so we're very excited. We can now move forward.
I want to address that too.
Yeah.
He said centrally located for all the neighborhoods. First of all, it's irrelevant if it's centrally located for all the neighborhoods because it was supposed to be for Industry neighborhood. That's the purpose. It's not to benefit any other neighborhood, but Industry. So let's get that straight.
And we will start doing that. And just happy that they voted and they saw the bigger picture.
No, they didn't vote and see no bigger picture.
But I do want to touch base on how this originally started.
Please do.
Originally, I was trying to help, and I believe I'm probably maybe the first mayor that has tried to accommodate the Industry neighborhood with.
Did you hear what he said? Trying to accommodate the Industry neighborhood. So if you're trying to accommodate the Industry neighborhood, why are you putting the center outside of Industry?
A community center. And I started with just the community center when I started this process. But the council, in a resolution that was sponsored by, actually I've got it right here, sponsored by Councilperson Harold Mason and Councilperson William McIntosh.
I will address that here in a minute.
They came in with a resolution 15-25. So this was last year. Actually, it was about a year ago. This time it was June of last year. Voted on in July of last year in 25. But it added other neighborhoods, not just Industry, to the mix. Now, I'm not quite sure why they did this. This was certainly not an amendment that any of them had reached out and told me that they were going to do.
So let me address that. So in the July meeting of City Council in 2025, they read a resolution 1525. I got it right here. This is it.
What is it? Resolution 1525.
So they read this resolution, and I'm gonna go over some of the points in that. I just want to earmark that. I just want y'all to earmark that because I'm going to go over what he said about they came up with this resolution and he didn't know anything about it. And they added these other neighborhoods. I'm going to go over that.
But it did pass. We had money set aside to do this. And the committee that they set up included a council member and myself, but also included members of the South Side neighborhood, Morningside neighborhood, South Central neighborhood, Industry neighborhood, and the Blaine Southeast neighborhood.
So let me explain. It's a committee. That's it. They were set up to explore starting a community center. And it was always said that the community center was going to go in industry, specifically the old park office in Heacon Park.
Pause
That's
this.
where it was always said it was going to be.
And here's the deal. This committee, kind of very much like the fire department situation right now. Okay, so they started with the fire department on Broadway MLK, Station 6. Then after they got that done, they moved and they want to do Station 5. And after they get Station 5 done, they're going to want to do Station 4 or Station 7. One of those, okay? They're going to just try to go. This committee, made up of all of the different neighborhoods and the councilman and the mayor, could look at doing something in the other neighborhoods after they get industry taken care of. Not before, not during. Get industry taken care of, and then come back to the drawing table and say, all right, how can we do something in this neighborhood or that neighborhood? That's fine. But they need to do this deal in industry first, and they need to do it right. Now, I don't know if because Scaife is saying here right now, he's on here watching, so he can tell me. He's saying it was always supposed to go in the park. I don't know if Scaife wanted it to go in the park or didn't want it to go in the park. I know some people said they weren't happy with that. I don't know. I don't have a say in this. I don't care one way or another. I want what's supposed to be done. I want it supposed to be done right. I would say don't put it in the park. Don't put it in that old building. Put it in a nice building somewhere better in industry if there's a better place for it to go. Now, if everybody wants it to go in the park, that's fine. But I'll tell you where it shouldn't go. It should not go at 1912 South Mock. That, I don't care where they put it. 1912 South Mock is not the place they should put this, period. Okay. That's right, Shelby.
That's when they had their first meeting there talking about it with that committee, but it's always been an exploratory committee to get this center rolling.
Okay. All right. I'm good with that.
Those other neighborhood associations were going to be part of that center. They're more than welcome to visit, but that center belonged to industry neighborhood. No other neighborhood association. Like I said, they're more than welcome to visit it, but that's industry neighborhoods. Those centers were not part of the multi-community center or the South Madison Community Center. And remember, they're supposed to be making us whole on that. So you can't change anything.
So all of those people have been part of this committee. We've met a number of times, and I was able to, again, this was originally going to be just industry. The council added all these other neighborhoods. And
once again, they added the neighborhoods for input, not to be part of that building. They were added for input. That's it.
So going to create what will become the industry Southeast community.
Hear how he tried to change it? Now, I ask you this. This is how you know that's not true. Because if they added these other 4 neighborhood associations, South Side, South Central, Blaine, and Morningside, why are you just saying industry South Central neighborhood?
Yeah.
Why aren't you naming all them other neighborhood associations? So if all those other neighborhood associations included in that committee, why ain't you adding the name of them too? And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Just keep listening.
That's good.
Community center that will be located at this former church, which is at 1912 South Mock, the United Methodist Church, the Industry United Methodist Church. So we're excited we can move forward. Glad that they voted last night.
They didn't vote.
Overwhelmingly supported this.
They didn't overwhelmingly support it.
I'm thrilled that it's moving forward and look forward to this happening in the very near future. Thank you.
Disregard all that junk he just said because it ain't true. Now, I'm going to read parts of this resolution, and this is important. I'm only reading it because it's important. I'm not just wasting time. So I want to read what the resolution said. And the difference between a resolution and an ordinance, a resolution is just basically a set of rules. It's not binding in court. It's just for the record, to get it in writing, to put something in writing. Ordinance is basically law. A resolution is not, it's like I said, it's not binding in court. It's just for the record. Here, look, you said this on the resolution. Are you going to stand by it? That's all this resolution is. So I'm going to read what Resolution 1525 says. A resolution of the Common Council of the City of Muncie establishing a committee to study the development of a community center. They're not going to be the board. They're not going to be part of. I'm going to say that again. A committee to study the development of a community center to replace the former South Madison Community Center. That's the title of this resolution. But this committee think they're going to be a board. They think all those neighborhood associations are going to own this building. And it's not. They were just there to develop a study to create, to develop a center, a community center. That's it. In industry neighborhood. And so, and I'm going to read the next thing. Whereas the South Madison Community Center, familiarly known as the Multi, was raised in 2006 in conjunction with the Hope 6 grant. Listen to this, with the caveat that a new community center would be built during phase 1 of the building of the Millennium Place residential development project. It says, whereas the Hope 6 grant was later modified and the promise to replace the community center was removed. I wonder why. So now I'm going to jump down to, because I want y'all to understand what this committee is for, because that's very important. It says, now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Muncie as follows. Section 1, establish a committee. There is hereby created the Community Center Development Advisory Committee. That's all they are, y'all. They are not the board. And for some reason, they think, I was at that meeting the other night. And I had to tell them, y'all not the board. They've developed bylaws. They talk about what's going to go in the building. And I had to tell them, no, that's not y'all job. Y'all just developing, y'all just a committee to study the development of this building, of a community center. Once it's decided, everything decided, your job is done. Yeah. But they think they're going to be the board that controls that community center.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's not what they're for. And they were upset when I told them that. Because I'm tired of playing with these people. And they were all for just listening to them talk. Yeah, they want that center to be on Mock Street. And I let them know. We know it's not going on. It's going in industry like it's supposed to be.
Yes.
So I'm going to read that again. Establishment of a committee. There is hereby created the Community Center Development Advisory Committee. Section 2. The committee shall consist of the following 7 individuals. And mind you, when the resolution was originally written, they were including Blaine, South Central, and It was one more. Oh, it was Industry, Blaine, and South Central Neighborhoods Association was going to be the three neighborhoods that was going to develop the study of a community center. So when they read this at the July meeting last year, Councilman Green, who's over Southside Neighborhood, whose district is in Southside Neighborhood Association, where they're trying to put this center on Mock Street, he made an amendment that he wanted Southside Neighborhood included on that committee. So they said, fine, they can be included. And then Rose Selvey made a motion to amend it and add Morningside. And they said, sure, why would Morningside, being way up north, want to be in it? But fine, we can add Morningside to develop a study of a community center. So you got 5 neighborhood associations. You got Industry, Morningside, Blaine, Southside, and South Central. So then they said, we're going to add a city councilman to this. So Billy McIntosh was the city councilman that was voted to be on that committee, and they included the mayor. So that's 7 members. No member is more important. I don't care if he is the mayor. He's a member like anybody else.
Yep.
And just to make sure that that's what it said, I went to the city council meeting and I asked them, why is the mayor trying to make decisions on this committee?
Yep.
Ain't he a member like anybody else?
Yep.
And the city attorney said yes.
Yep.
He shouldn't be making any changes. He was trying to call meetings, cancel meetings, add members. And I told him, no, I don't care if you are the mayor.
Yeah.
You a member just like anybody else. And I hope you watching this Mayor Riding Hour.
Yes.
I don't want the stuff you doing.
Yes.
So, and I want to make some points. So we were at that meeting the other night, and when I told them that this is just a committee, and once it's been established where the center is going in industry, y'all job is done. So you could tell some of them was upset with me because they actually thought they were a board. And I mean, if you sit there and listen to that meeting, they thought they were going to just run the whole thing, and the community center was going to be ran by all 5 neighborhood associations. So I had to tell them that too. No, it's not. It's going to be run by industry. Y'all were just added to develop a study to create a center. That's it. Now, people from those neighborhood associations want to use it, come to it, that's fine. But the center that this is replacing belonged in industry neighborhood. That's why it should stay in industry neighborhood.
He's right.
That's like Warner Gear, them moving Warner Gear out and saying, hey, we're going to displace all these workers in Muncie and move Warner Gear, but we're going to do right by y'all. We're going to put Warner Gear somewhere else. And then they come up with putting Warner Gear in Anderson. How is that benefiting Muncie? Same with the center.
I love it.
The center was for industry, but you're going to take it up and place it in another neighborhood association. That don't make sense. So when I saw the mayor's update last night, I called Billy McIntosh. I called Harold Mason first.
All right. I can't wait to hear this.
And I told Harold, I said, man, you got to watch what the mayor said. It's all lies. Ain't none of that stuff he said true. And I told him, I said, man, just watch it. It's 3 minutes long. Then I called Billy McIntosh. I said, Billy. He said, yeah, I heard about it. I said, no, you got to watch it.
Pause this.
The stuff he said in there is not true.
All right, so I want to be very clear because I do not want to come off as being disrespectful. I'm laughing because listen. People think this hurts my feelings, but I literally talk to people on a pretty regular basis where, and we're pretty good friends, but like in public, we're not friends. You know, it's one of those things because I tend to piss people off, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm content in my life. I've got good family, people around me that I love and care about, significant others, people I love. I am fine. I've got my friends in my life that matter to me and that we do things and whatever. I'm fine. I would always like to add on more friends and always am willing to add more people into the circle, but I'm also perfectly fine to not add any more people to the circle. And I get that the nature of what I do, I talk to people, and I talk to people frequently enough that we actually become friends when we're talking on the phone and communicating. But then in public, we got to be careful because that could cost somebody their job if they're friends with me or whatever, Now, like, for example, Jack, I'm friends with Jack. I will tell you this. That stuff does not bother me. I was just talking to I can't say who, what, where, when, why. I was just talking to somebody tonight, and I can't say, but we had to have the conversation that, like, in public, we don't know one another. and I always, like, I'm the first one a lot of times to bring it up, but it's always because I don't want the other person to feel bad. But I didn't get to bring it up first tonight. The other people did. And I could tell that it made them they felt bad having to say it. I like it. What I'm getting at is, like, I get fired up and shit a lot about the mayor, about things going in Muncie. And I know that my way is not for everybody. And even Wayne, like, he's got different ways of doing things. But I know that Wayne has the fire. And so I'm not being disrespectful. And I got to say that. I'm not in any way being disrespectful. I'm laughing because, first, I'm mad. I'm as pissed off as Wayne is. It's bullshit. This is just another thing that Ridenhour's doing. It's always been a scam. It's Dan scam the Dan man. It's always been a scam from word go. I literally heard him tell people that if they didn't like this or that, this was last year, that he'd just take it away and this would never come. I heard he made those statements, and we talked about it way back when. I'm not laughing about the situation. The situation is ridiculous. But I'm laughing that Wayne Scaife is giving it to him. I like Wayne's passion. I like that he's pissed off, and I like that he's just telling it. So that's why I'm laughing. I just had to say that. I'm not being disrespectful. I love what Wayne is doing. I respect what Wayne is doing. I respect the hell out of him. Everything that he does. But this specifically, I get it. And so that's the reason I'm laughing. I just want to be very, very clear that I get where he's coming from. And so I like it. It makes me happy that other people are starting to see it, so all right, go ahead and hit play.
So while I was talking to Billy, Harold called me back, and he was
upset, Jack,
because Harold was at the meeting too. We were all at that committee meeting Monday. So, and I'll say this about Harold Mason and Billy McIntosh. They've been letting the mayor know from day one that building needs to go in industry neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people, somebody even approached me today and said, oh, they sold us out. I said, no, they didn't. They've been fighting for that center in industry. So whoever told you that, I said, that's you got the wrong information.
Yeah, he's right.
Matter of fact, when Billy McIntosh, I don't know if he wants me to say this, but sorry, Billy, if you don't want me to say this.
I'm going to say it anyway. I love it.
Billy McIntosh told the committee Monday, this center is supposed to go in industry neighborhood. If you don't put it in industry neighborhood, I don't want to be a part of this committee. He said, matter of fact, I'll resign from this committee if y'all keep it here on Mock Street. And that is what the mayor is talking about when he said they voted and only one person. It wasn't a vote. He just bluntly told them, if the center don't go in industry, I'm not going to be part of this committee.
There's no
That's
way.
what he told them, but they never voted to put that center on Mock Street, on that church on Mock Street.
There's like, I get what Wayne is saying, and I understand that is probably exactly what Dan is talking about. But Dan was a city councilor. There's no way Dan is that stupid he's actually calling that a vote. Dan knows that there's God, I hope that's not what he's talking about, because Dan is an idiot if that is what he's talking about. All right, go for it.
That was not true. So I asked him, I said, did I miss something, Billy? Did y'all vote? He said, no, there was no vote. I said, that's what I thought. So there was no vote. And then Harold Mason tried to explain to him, y'all are not a board. This is just an advisory committee. Why are y'all coming up with bylaws? All this stuff is not necessary. Y'all just an advisory committee. I mean, you should have seen them. Y'all just an advisory committee. I don't know what all this other stuff is, but y'all just an advisory committee. Y'all not going to be the board. See, they think they're going to be the board once the center is built. No, they're not. So the mayor was not there. He was supposed to be there. He never showed up. Like I said, the center was always meant to be in industry. And so now you have Harold Mason and Billy McIntosh upset because their name was mentioned, and he made it seem like they came up with this resolution and they wanted all these neighborhood associations to be in it. No, that is not true.
That's not.
They were added as an advisory committee, and that's it. So all this stuff that the mayor said, they're trying to take our community center out of industry.
That's my problem too.
I had another Facebook app open. I had another Facebook page open. But anyway, like I said, Billy McIntosh and Harold Mason, they've been trying to get this center in industry, and they're against it going on Mock Street. Billy McIntosh told them he would quit if they continue trying to put it on Mock Street, and he's going to let the city council know. So sorry, like I said, sorry, Billy, if I said that and you don't want me to say it, but I'm trying to set the record straight, because someone did approach me thinking that you and Harold sold them out based on what the mayor said. So I had to say that to let them know it's not true. So, and the one thing I want to say, the mayor's buddy is Councilman Green. He's the president of the city council. He's over his district is where that church is. He's been trying to get a community center for his neighborhood, for his district. So when he told city council in July last year that he wanted Southside Neighborhood Association, which is his district, to be part of that development that study of a community center, and he said he was upset that it wasn't originally on there. So when they added, he had something else in mind to get that center out of industry and place it in his neighborhood association. So what did the mayor do? Now, like I said, from day one, they've been talking about putting this community center in the old park office in Heacon Park in industry. And then at one city council member, I tried to find it, but I couldn't remember what date it was, when they asked the mayor about, are you still going to give that money for the community center? He said yes. And he said the community center will be located in Heacon Park or another location. And I caught it. So after he finished talking, I went up to the podium and I said, no, wait a minute. What is this another location stuff? It's always been Heacon Park. What's going on? Why are you trying to change? Oh no, it's just in case it don't work out. No. Now I see why he said it.
Yeah.
And I said it 1,000 times. I'm gonna say it 1,001. Y'all need to start coming to these meetings.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of people calling me, asking me stuff. What's going on with this? Come to the meetings and find out.
Yes.
Y'all had the opportunity to come to last meeting and speak to public comment about this center. And there was only a handful of people showed up. Well, guess what? Monday, this coming Monday, the first Monday in April at 7 o'clock is the next city council meeting.
6:45.
Now, the community center is not on the agenda. Now, y'all hear me.
But you can talk about it.
The community center is not on the agenda. And when I've looked at the agenda for Monday, and it's a short agenda. But when they do public input, you can get there before 7 o'clock, sign up, and speak about how you want that center to stay in industry.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you now, if we don't get 75% of the people living in industry neighborhood, y'all don't deserve to say anything about it.
Yeah.
We need to pack that city hall auditorium with people from industry and dang it, people from Whiteley.
Yep.
We need to pack that center. We need to pack that auditorium.
Pause
that
this real quick.
I don't care if it's standing room only.
And I want to be clear because I've heard people say, Wayne knows this. This is the thing. I've heard people saying this about it being a black thing or a white thing. This is not about being a black thing or white thing. I'm not a black man. Okay. This is not a black thing or a white thing from my point of view. And listen, maybe I can't say that because maybe to them it is in some way. I'm just saying, industry needs to be there. Whiteley needs to be there. The black people, the white people, Mexicans, anybody there. But the people from the other neighborhoods need to be there because, and they need to be there to say, look, you need to not screw industry over. And listen to me here. Let me be very clear. This is very similar to what's going on with McKinley neighborhood. They're trying to screw McKinley neighborhood over, very similar to what they're doing to industry on a completely different thing. But these neighborhoods have to come together, not even because maybe you care about what happens there. Okay? Maybe, I know. You're 100% right. He is 1,000% right. Industry needs to go. Whiteley needs to go because that's who uses this center. But and he's right by that. He's right by that. I'm just saying I'm sick of hearing people saying, well, why should we fight for this? Because they just want it over there. And this is not about where it's about what's right. It's like this. It's just insane. If they would have went and took the Ross Center out of Shedtown, and they would have promised to put it back, and then they never did, the people of Shedtown would have lost their minds. That's right. Absolutely. It's about the administration. And I'll be honest, it's not just Dan's administration. And Wayne has said this a lot. It's not just Wayne's, Wayne said this. It's not just the right now administration. Tyler did it. McShirley did it. This has been going on and on and on and on. So I'm telling you, we all need to be there, and industry needs to stand for industry. Whiteley needs to stand for industry. Shedtown, Avondale, they need to stand for industry. Kinley needs to stand for industry. And then Industry and Whiteley and Morningside, they all need to stand for McKinley on the other thing, because we all have to take care of one another to make sure that we're not getting screwed over by these government officials, because they're doing it to all of us in our own individual areas. It might be different stuff, but they're screwing us all over. And so, yeah, 100%. If you want to check out Wayne's YouTube channel, it's right there. Kate just put it in the comment. Right there it is. Yes, Game Daughter, that's exactly right. 100%. It might be different ways, but it's all the same. It's all the same game. It's all the same the same, screw over. We're all getting it different ways. And so we have to stand together to help one another. All right, hit play.
But we need to pack that auditorium. Y'all
They
need
did.
to be there by 6:45 so you can sign up.
Well,
to speak.
You got to be there at 6:30 because the public hearing
take
starts.
the list and,
the public
and
hearing
put it up
starts
there
at 6:45
with the secretary. So can't nobody else that comes after 7 sign up. So the list is going to be down at the table where the city clerk sits. You come in, you sign your list, sign your name to speak at public input at the end of the meeting. Hopefully, the mayor will have the guts to stay around and listen to public input instead of leaving at the end of the meeting like they always do. And he need to hear from people in industry. No, we want our center to remain in industry.
Yeah.
So Monday, 6:45, no later than.
Wayne.
If you can get there at 6:30, that'd be great.
Yeah.
No later than 6:45. Get there, sign your name, stay till the end of the meeting, and we will have public input.
Yes.
And I want 75% of the people from industry and at least 50% from the people from Whiteley to be at that meeting. I don't care if it's 100 people going to speak. They getting paid for one meeting a month. Make them stay there till midnight on Monday.
Yes,
meeting start at 7. Make them stay till midnight.
I want to do it.
Let them earn their $1,400 for 5 hours.
Yes.
Make them earn their money. I don't care if we're there till midnight.
Yes.
Y'all people from industry and Whiteley, y'all need to show up and fight for this center. So be there this coming Monday. And this coming Monday's date is, I believe it's April 3rd.
I do the same thing. Don't worry, it's August. I do the same thing, Wayne.
On Facebook Live again on Monday, and I'm going to remind y'all, be at that meeting tonight because I'm tired. I'm there month after month, and I'm basically the only person of my color in the audience. There might be one, maybe 2 or more that's speaking on this issue.
He's right.
And you know what they say? Oh, here comes that Wayne Scape again. He's the only one that's got something to say. That's why they're doing this, because I'm the only one saying something. Well, y'all need to come, and we need to show support.
Yes.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Yes.
And all of you so-called community leaders that they're trying to tell us where y'all at. Even the ones that the mayor done put on boards.
Yep.
He done gave money to, y'all still need to be there and speak up against what he's doing. Because this is getting ridiculous. We're going over 20 years without a community center. Do you realize that the kids that the seniors in high school right now have grown up without a community center? Not even that, the ones that are 20 and 21 and 22. They done grew up without a community center. Think about that. They have nothing to do. And imagine you sit that back and think people a little bit younger than me, in their 40s, 50s, late 30s, can talk about how much of an impact Miss Lillian Dunn was or Dee Harris was running that community center. You ask a 20-year-old who was the impact on their life and where did they have to go to learn about life? Nobody. Yep. They have nowhere to go. But we sit back and we don't do anything. We need to start speaking up. Be at that meeting. I didn't mean to go this far, but I'm getting upset. And I promised myself, I've been thinking about this all day. I promised myself I was not going to get upset. But I'll be honest, I'm just upset with the mayor as I am with y'all that ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
That are not coming to this meeting. I'm just much upset with him than I am with y'all. So be at that meeting Monday. Get there at 6:45, no later than. They are going to have
6:30
a public hearing at 6:45, but you can still come in there and sign up.
Sure can. Public
hearing will last about 5 minutes. They'll recess, and then they'll come back at 7 o'clock and start the regular meeting.
Yep.
6:45. 75% of industry, at least 50% or more of Whiteley. Get there. We need to pack that place, standing room only. And you're going to have to stay till the whole meeting's over and then do public input. And we need to tell them why that center needs to stay in industry. And I want to read one more thing from this resolution.
Yeah, do it.
This is whereas the industry neighborhood in particular and the city of Muncie as a whole was greatly distressed at the loss of such a community center, especially our children. So if the industry neighborhood in particular was greatly distressed at the loss of a center, why are you trying to put it outside of industry? Resolution 1525. And all the resolution was for is to get it in writing. You said you're going to give us $500,000 for a center. Now we got it in writing. Now let's put together a committee to develop this center that you said you're going to give us. And the mayor done took it as if he's in charge of the committee and he's running things. And if it ain't done his way, he ain't going to get his $500,000. Well, that's the power of the vote. All of you to say your vote don't matter, stand up and be counted. That's the power of the vote. If he don't do what he's supposed to do, get his butt out of that office.
Yeah.
You know you owe us this center. You know you told us it was going to go in industry. Don't you try to hold that $500,000 as hostage. Because if you and your buddy Jeff Green don't get it in Southside Neighborhood Association like he wants it, you ain't going to put it there. And you know it belongs in industry. Be there, industry, Whiteley, be there. 6:45 Monday. I'll be back on live again, reminding y'all, come to the city council meeting, and we need to pack that place and need to be standing room only. And we need to make that meeting last till midnight.
Yeah.
Telling them how important that center is to the industry neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say. Sorry, I got upset, but I didn't mean to go this long, but I be there. That's all I want to say.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely gold. I'm telling you. Listen, and let me tell you something. He is 100% right. He is 100% right. I'm going to show you guys. Let me tell you. He's right. They say, oh, look, there comes Scaife. Oh, look, here comes Bilbrey. But they don't give a shit because it's Scaife and Bilbrey, and maybe Audie's there. Maybe they let him in. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But they say it's the same old people. Let me tell you when they don't say that. You want me to show you when they don't say that? And look, it's coming up August 3rd, 2026. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. 19, 7 years ago, damn, 7 years ago, August 5th, 2019, 1,400 people attended a Muncie City Council meeting. Not a protest. There wasn't a march. This was 1,400 people that attended a Muncie City Council meeting. You see all this? This is insane. It was standing room only.
I wouldn't say it's insane. I'd say that's the way it should be.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's great. It's beautiful. Look at how they're in. Look at how they're in. Amazing. Absolutely golden. It's beautiful. Look, they had to bring out chairs so he sit. Here's me waiting to get in right here. That's what we need. This is what they would shit if I'll be honest. This many people showed up at a council meeting because they were going to put in they were going to put in that whale sustainable product situation. So this many people came out because they were freaking out. Okay. Well, that's why all these people showed up. Okay. Well, all right, maybe we don't have 1,400 show up. But I'll be honest. If we could fill the 2 middle rows with this many people, if we had 2 rows show up. Hey, look. If we had 2 rows show up at this meeting, they would do whatever we said. They would listen. Because listen, they don't know what to do. Yeah, look at that haircut. Woo-wee! And that was long then, too. That was still long. That's hilarious. That's what we need, folks. Oh, man, I tell you, this is that's a day where it's like politics is my business and business is good, you know? I'm a businessman. You know I'm a businessman because you'll find me at my places of business. You know? Yeah, I love it. This is what we need. Between McKinley and Industry and Whiteley, we could pack the room. Absolutely. Well, you know, absolutely, because keep in mind, McKinley, let me get this off here so I can do it. McKinley only has like 44 people, you know, whatever Jeff Howell does, you know, only 44 people. That don't matter. But I tell you what, you pack those 44 people in row 1, in that section 1, and you pack 44 people from Industry in section 2, and you pack 44 people from Whiteley in section 3, and then you pack the rest of us that normally go to the meeting in section 4, we could get shit done. So I would highly recommend people attending. Come out Monday. We're going to have a couple more shows between now and then. We'll talk about it. I want to thank you guys for hanging tight with us. Please share the show with everyone you know. I've been putting out more. Keep that up there for a second. I've been putting up more posts and writing things. I've put out that 10-page thing on McKinley. That's one of the things I'm going to start doing, along with doing the little recap of like a 10-minute little video or something putting out. We're going to start doing some stuff. I want to thank you guys for staying with me. We will get this issue figured out, and we will get back to putting out quality programming nightly, 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday. I think tomorrow's the big day on the JD. I need to talk to Brandon. He said Thursday. I want to double check with him. I will let you guys know. We will have a show tomorrow, one way or another. I think it's tomorrow. I think we're good. So tune in tomorrow. And if Brandon's got something to come up, whatever, we will do it on Thursday. I think we're going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to message him as soon as we get off here. So tune in tomorrow, right back here. I'll be at the meeting on Thursday, and then we'll be back here tomorrow, which is tomorrow, Thursday, July 30th, 2026 at 6 p.m. I want to see Dishman there. I want to see Garrett there, and I want to see Rose Selvey there. Okay? I'd like to see those 3 counselors at that meeting. Anybody else can come out. 7 Rock, 613 North Madison, Thursday, July 30th, 2026. You guys, we'll see you there. We'll have a show tomorrow, and then we'll go from there. You guys take care. God bless each and every one of you. If you would be so kind as to hit the like button before you leave, that would be fantastic. If you want to reach out to us and get a hold of us, you know where to do that. And I'm going to run up and check out the moon. You guys take care. Good night. God bless. Goodbye.